The first thing to do when you receive your SimplTrack 2 is read through the included manual. As you unbox your HuddleCamHD SimplTrack 2, you will find the camera, a power supply, an IR remote control, the user manual, a 10-foot USB 3.0 A to B cable, a serial control cable used for joystick controllers, and 2 AAA batteries for the remote. Now it's time to plug your camera into power with the included power supply. In order to configure the camera, you will need to connect the camera to a live network feed from a network with a DHCP server. Once the camera is turned on and connected to the network, we can install the HuddleCamHD SimplTrack Control software. You can download the HuddleCamHD SimplTrack Control software from HuddleCamHD.com/resources. Note: this software is only available for Windows, therefore a Windows computer will be required for initial setup of this camera. Once the software is installed on your computer, make sure your computer is connected to the same network as the camera. The software should automatically recognize your SimplTrack camera on the network. You can simply double-click the camera in your camera list to start configuration. You may want to connect your camera to a meeting room computer or in-room display. You can connect the camera to a computer using the USB 3.0 output to any standard television using a DVI to HDMI cable, and to an SDI monitor using a standard SDI cable. Note: the camera features auto resolution and frame rate conversion upon connecting to a video conference software via USB. Camera may auto power cycle in order to reset the camera resolution to match your connected source. Let's review the software interface and configure your SimplTrack. The main interface offers the ability to interact with basic features of the camera not directly relating to auto tracking, in addition to providing a live preview. Clicking the magnifying glass in the camera list section will show the available auto tracking cameras on a network. Simple double click on an available camera to connect. Under lens control, standard controls are available for zoom, focus, iris, and iris reset. The presets section will set, call, and clear presets 0 through 255. Note: preset 1 is used as a reference for framing your tracking subject, and preset 0 is typically used for framing your stage/podium. This is how you tell your camera how much space you want around your subject during the auto tracking mode. The PTZ controls section serves 2 functions. First, to provide manual pan and tilt controls. The other is to control the OSD using the menu button. You can start and stop the camera's auto tracking capabilities at any time using the start and stop buttons under tracking control. But before we turn on the auto tracking, let's set some parameters that will ensure seamless operation. Let's click the Settings button at the bottom right of this application. When entering the Advanced Parameters Settings interface, the live preview will switch to a split screen showing the images from both the reference camera and the tracking camera. This is where all features relating to auto tracking can be set up. Under the Basic Settings section, the SDI and DVI output resolution and frame rate can be set in addition to protocol settings for the RS-232 connection. Clicking Set in the Tracking Zone section will allow you to draw a green rectangle to define a priority tracking area. Within the tracking zone, you can set blocking zone. These are areas that the camera will ignore motion within, such as a doorway with people walking by, or an LCD screen with active video content displayed. Note that the blocking zones must be used within the tracking zone. Tracking setting will define what actions the camera is allowed to perform. Auto tilt can be used if the subject will be walking towards and away from the camera to maintain the best possible tilt angle as referenced from preset 1. Free track will allow the camera to follow any moving object even if it is not within the priority tracking zone. Permanent track allows the presenter to venture beyond the defined priority tracking zone and still have auto tracking capabilities. It is advisable to disable auto tilt with the last 2 options to avoid unexpected and extreme tilt angles. Auto zoom, when enabled, will allow the camera to maintain the framing as referenced from preset 1 and limited by the zoom limit as the subject moves towards or away from the camera. Tracking parameters will determine how the tracking system should behave in regards to speeds, limits, and what to do when the subject is lost. Tracking sensitivity defines how much motion is needed to trigger the auto tracking feature. Pan and tilt speed will control the speed at which the auto tracking is allowed to pan and tilt respectively. Zoom limit allows you to define how much the camera is allowed to intelligently zoom to maintain framing as referenced from preset 1 when auto zoom is enabled. The lost timeout allows you to set a time frame for when to respond to the subject being lost, ranging from 1 second to 7 seconds. The object lost action tells the camera to go to preset 0, preset 1, or to stay when the lost timeout has been triggered. Startup action allows the camera to default to auto tracking when turned on or to wait for a user to click the start button under tracking control to turn on the tracking feature. When all settings are finalized, do not forget to click the save button. Clicking OK will exit the advanced parameters section and return the live preview to the tracking camera feed only. Note: to pull the main RTSP stream, please use the following URL. To pull the sub RTSP stream, please use the following URL. Note: when working with multiple SimplTrack systems, you can ensure you are working on live settings for each camera by clicking the Enquire button to query the connected camera for its current settings. You have now set up your SimplTrack and configure the auto tracking capabilities to work in your environment. Remember, if you have any questions during your setup process, you can always call our support team using the phone number listed on our website. You can also submit a support ticket at any time at help.HuddleCamHD.com. Enjoy!